Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down a game of ranked where I moved from Plat 3 to Diamond 3 and I gained almost 300 SR in just one game. So we all know Control is like a super hot spot for ranked. So I know my teammates were going to land there, so I just decided to float for a second. There was like 5 different teams going Stronghold. Sorry, to Control. So I decided to go over to Stronghold because initially I thought that no one else landed here, but there was in fact a team or two over here. So my teammate gets a kill. One of my other teammates died, and unfortunately I got knocked here. But because there were other teams, I was able to self-res and get off. And luckily we were able to survive. So this game was a bit choked from the beginning, because my teammates did not land together. Um, and landing control with no like real plan or like actual landing spot is gonna be very hectic when playing with random. So that's why I just decided to float uh, until they landed and see what happened. Recently, I just hit the enemy incoming comm on the from the game, so from the minimap as well, I can tell that there's people fighting here. So I tried to move across here and see if I can get any picks, but unfortunately, I was not able to knock that guy. And then I broke plates on this one guy, and I decided to chow out thinking it was just him, but luckily his teammate was there, and unfortunately I died. There's nothing much I could have done there. My teammate has 3 kills, I currently have 0 kills, so we're just gonna respawn and probably land on the opposite side of the map. Just loot up and try and regain a bit. I should have easily knocked this guy at first, but, you know, my aim was not the best. And then I decided to land on the boat because since most of the teams were at control center, I didn't think anyone would really be here. So that's twice I've died now, and I now have 1 kill, so I'm still at minus 45 SR. So one of the main things I want to focus here is really just being like an anchor player, um, and more so not the gunner for the team, because I know that my 2 teammates are duo queuing since they're speaking to each other. Um, and then I don't really want to try and get involved too much because they're not really playing their lives that well. So luckily I got that kill. I still see that there's pings across at control. And because of the flight path, I'm gonna work my way into prison here and try and loot up and hopefully find enough for a loadout. That is the main. So my teammate pops this UAV. I am too far from them to get the pings, but I can see like on the far side of the map there's a few pings across out what I believe is chemical, and then a few kids fighting over here at industry. So from that, there's no signs that there are any teams like in prison. So I see this one person landing in here. I'm assuming he's landing for his loadout, which he is. So I get the life ping, and I'm able to easily get this knock and the full. And I can see, so his teammate is like in the little tunnel. So what I decided to do is from that life ping, I jump down, plate up, and there's gonna be one more person flying in, and I'm assuming that he's gonna try and hit that loadout, which he did do, because his teammates probably told him he was getting shot at from the roof. But I repositioned myself to a bit lower down and just tried to hide behind that little ladder there. That way I can catch his teammate off guard whether he decided to land on the roof or the loadout. So then the last person is back. He did land on that loadout, and from the ping on the UAV, I can assume that he's like at the tunnel entrance. Then again, I repositioned myself from that previous fight, with the teammate landing in, and I decided to go around prison instead of drop down here from the ladder and then come up the staircase, which is what his original teammate was pre-aiming at. So I come down here, I see that no one is here, but at the same time, I'm not gonna try and overextend anything to try and get any kills, because as I said before, my teammates are not playing their lives very well. So that's gonna be my key role here, just making sure the team is still alive. So we're in second zone, going into third zone. I'm currently sitting at positive 8 SR. Um, and I'm not really getting much kills or getting involved as much with the team. So here again, my teammate gets another kill. And now I can try and third party this fight down here. So I get that first knock, and then I notice that both my teammates are dead. So I try to reposition because there's another team fighting there and try and play for the full or at least another knock. And because that person had loadout guns, I did not want to try and overextend because I don't have that good of guns. So it's mostly just playing positioning when you're trying to play the anchor, and that's really it. knowing what fights to take and when you should take fights as well. So I land back at prison. I grab this gun because I know no one was at the top of prison earlier when I died. Luckily, I was able to get the knock on this person, and his other teammates did eventually die right around the same time, which was unfortunate. So I was able to get his loadout guns and then look across towards Bounty to either try and hold them or wipe that team because they were also in another fight. So once again, I haven't hit loadout for this entire game. So it's mostly just playing with ground loot and guns that I got from killing other players that already had their loadout. I got this first knock. I hear people above me. I drop the smoke. And I'm easily... So the smoke breaks aim assist if people was unsure of that. So that's a key thing that I did there. I dropped the smoke, try and break his aim assist, and then just take that like a hip fire gunfight. And then rotating in here, I'm currently sitting at 108 SR. Because of the kills that I have, and I haven't died as much. I've probably died 4 times for the entire game so far. All because of playing just that anchor role and just trying to support my teams and let them do what they would usually do. So we're in a top 3 situation now. I have 10 kills. I have $8,000 as well. So I'm going to hit this loot cache here, hoping that there was a UAV in it, but unfortunately not. So I move up to the buy, and I'm going to get myself a UAV and a self-res as well. Just in case that I get knocked and my teammates are not around, I have the chance to try and self and move out. So this team on the UAV here, they were pretty stacked up in this one corner. And I'm assuming this was the team that originally killed me when I missed my snipes. Just because of their position on the map during that previous gunfight. So I get the snapshot there, I get the layout of where they are, and they're basically holding every corner, which is going to make it almost impossible for me to push in there and get any kills or much less a knock. So they get bunker busted, which forces them to move out from there. And at this point, I have the opportunity to run through the middle of prison. I get the knock on this guy with help from my teammate above, which is top prison. I grab another self-res and a PDS, and I know that there's going to be a team on my right side, but luckily they did not chalice it and they rotated down to control. Okay, so I loot up, just try to get a little more money, probably try and get another UAV. My teammate got a ping that there's other people there, so he got a full kill. Um, I broke place on another person there, so there's only 2 other teams. I get highlighted from my right side, which means that that other person is somewhere near to control. Luckily, I found money. I popped another UAV, and the pings all came to the side of control. The last guy was indeed not ghosted, and they were just in a fight at control. So what I do is I drop the precision in front of them to force them out wide, and they won't have any cover, which was the team that I died to when I missed my snipes. The team that rotated from bottom prison. So I get the first knock. This guy is selfing. I get that kill, and then I come down here to get the finish. We're sitting at 149 SR, get the final kill plus 10 and 159 SR. And then the win, so we got 259 SR there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know down below what else you would like to see from me.